What deployment souvenir raises the most questions? I brought home a live chicken from Iraq. Not intentionally. The damn thing just followed me everywhere for 6 months, so I figured it had earned citizenship. Started during our deployment to a small fob outside Ramadi in 2006. This scrawny red hen wandered into our compound one morning, probably escaping from a bombed-out farm nearby. Most guys ignored her, but she kept hanging around the chow hall. I made the mistake of feeding her some crackers from my MRE. Big mistake. From that moment on, she was my shadow. Followed me to morning formation, sat outside during briefings, even tried to get into our Humvee during patrols. The guys started calling her Sergeant Clucky. She'd wake us up better than any alarm clock, pecking at our boots at 5 a.m. sharp. Never missed a day, more reliable than half the soldiers in our unit. But Clucky wasn't just a mascot. She had skills. Could spot incoming mortars before our early warning systems. Would start squawking and running for cover 30 seconds before the sirens went off. Saved our lives more than once. 3 months in, she started laying eggs. Fresh eggs in a combat zone were like gold. Command pretended not to notice our unauthorized livestock because we were sharing the eggs with officers. The real bonding moment came during a particularly nasty firefight. Insurgents had us pinned down for 4 hours. Clucky spent the entire battle huddled under my flak jacket, shaking but refusing to leave my side. When the shooting stopped, I found shrapnel had torn through the sandbags right where she usually roosted. If she hadn't been with me, she'd be dead. That bird had chosen to trust me with her life. By month 5, Clucky was part of the unit. Had her own little helmet someone made from a Kevlar fragment. Wore it during patrols like she was regular army. Even had her own ID tag hanging from her neck. The paperwork nightmare began when orders came for redeployment. What do you do with a combat veteran chicken? Technically she was contraband, but she'd served alongside us, earned her stripes. I started researching import regulations, quarantine requirements, veterinary certificates. Turns out bringing a chicken from Iraq to America requires more paperwork than a security clearance. Spent my last 2 weeks filing forms with the Department of Agriculture, Fish and Wildlife Service, and about 6 other agencies. Cost me $800 in fees and veterinary examinations. The day we flew out, Clucky rode in a specially built travel crate. Airport security had no idea what to do with a military chicken with official import documentation. Took 3 supervisors to clear us through. She made the 18-hour flight like a champ. Never made a sound. Professional traveler. Landing at Baltimore, customs officers were baffled. Sir, why exactly are you importing a chicken from a war zone? She's not just a chicken, I explained. She's a veteran. Had to quarantine her for 30 days at an agricultural facility in Virginia. Visited every weekend. She remembered me, started clucking excitedly whenever I showed up. Finally brought her home to my parents' farm in Ohio. Clucky took to civilian life immediately. Free-range living, no mortars, unlimited bugs to chase. Paradise for a former combat chicken. But the questions never stop. Every visitor wants to know about the chicken with the tiny dog tags wandering around the yard. Explaining her service record takes longer than most war stories. Veterans Affairs doesn't recognize her as a service animal, obviously, but she's got more combat experience than most soldiers. Deployment medal, combat action badge equivalent, and an honorable discharge from active duty. She's 10 years old now, retired from egg production but still patrolling the perimeter. Old habits die hard. Still goes nuts when planes fly overhead, thinks they're incoming helicopters. My nephew asked if she has PTSD. Honestly, maybe. She won't sleep in the coop, prefers to roost next to the porch light. Needs to see all approaches, just like we learned downrange. Best deployment souvenir ever. Most people bring back flags or coins. I brought back a battle buddy who happened to have feathers.